What is up, guys? In this video we're going to make the ground, we're going to increase the width of the ground, and we're also going to get it doing that repeating action I was talking about earlier. So to start, let's go into our CC ground class here. In the constructor, we are going to change it so that when we pass in this size, it's not actually going to create the object to be that size. It's going to make it that size except with the width times 2. So right here, we want to change this when we call that super initializer right here. I'm going to say CG size make instead of size, size.width times 2, and then just size.height for the height, because we don't want the height to change. It's just that width we want to make 2 times that. So if we were to just kind of implement the SK action now and like just had to move left and repeat back, we wouldn't really see anything because all we have now is this brown block. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a red indicator in the center of this ground node so we can see it like moving down as we're animating it. So let's say after this right here, we are going to say let red marker equal SK sprite node. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the grounds. We're going to use this constructor. I'm going to say UI color.red color. And for the size, let's just make it 50 by 50. So if you think about it, we want to add the red marker to the center of our ground, because as it's going to be placed, you're going to have the screen, then you're going to have the ground that extends 2 times this way. We want that red marker to be just showing on the right side of the screen. So as we go over and repeat back, we're going to be able to see that animation there. So the default happens to be a center positioning when you add nodes to one another. So we can actually just not even worry about the position, and we can just add this right to our ground. So I can say add child red marker. So now if we run this, we are going to see that we just have this little red square on the ground, as you would expect. As long as I didn't make any mistakes. It's always a possibility. So as this loads up, awesome. So the red marker is showing. It's actually, the reason it's in the center of the screen and not on the right side of the screen is because when we positioned this back in the game scene file, when we positioned the ground, we positioned it assuming that the size was just going to be that singular size. What we want to do now is we just need to change this from self.frame.size.width over 2 to just self.frame.size.width. So just get rid of that, the divide by 2 there. So now when we run this, awesome. That's exactly what we want. So now we can, if we click, you'll see it still animates off the screen because we have to change the SK action, but you can see that that red marker is going to help us. So actually, I'll demonstrate how it's going to help us. I'm not sure if that was the best just yet. But so let's say instead of moving it minus frame.size.width, we want to move it over 2. So it's always going to be moving just half of its larger width. And so now if we run this and we click, you'll see, okay, so we just need that red marker to realize that the ground is moving to the right. And keep in mind, it's not the red marker that, when we're not animating that red marker at all, the red marker is just attached to the ground and we're animating that ground over. So to make this continuous, we need to actually move, we need to sequence a couple of actions together to make it so it kind of looks like this infinite kind of ground moving. So let's create another action after move left. I'm going to call this just move left, move back. Actually, let's call this restart. So I'm going to call this sk action dot move by x. We just want to basically do the opposite of what we did right here. So I'm going to say frame.size.width over 2. So it's just going to move that back, a y value of 0.0. and the duration is going to just be 0. So that's going to make the block just appear instantly back in its original position. So to sequence these together, we actually create one more action. So this is going to be the action we actually run on the CC ground object. So I'm going to say let sequence, or let move sequence equal sk-action dot sequence. And so what this method, constructor method, is going to take is it's going to take an array of actions, and it's just going to basically just string them together so you can use it easily. So to create an array, all we have to do is put these square brackets. We need to put in the move left action, then the restart action. And we want to run this right here. One more thing we have to do is, as of now, basically it's going to move back. It's going to move over, then it's going to move back. We need to make this action run forever. So within this run action, let's say sk-action dot repeat action forever, and this is what we put that move sequence in. So now if we run this, if all goes well, we should have a ground that's moving continuously. So if you click, awesome. So it looks like we have kind of a illusion of movement there, and it's just going to keep on going forever. So I think if you click again, it's going to, yeah, it gets screwy if you click again. But yeah, in the next videos, we're actually going to add some texture to the ground, so it actually looks like a little bit more realistic.